Hello and welcome, Wargamers! We continue our escapades in Warhammer 40k's 4th edition, and we are continuing down our road of trying to show off as much of the weird things that were available back in the day. And today we have the infamous movie Marines, and we'll be using the Sentinels of the Forge to represent them on the table against a swarm of Tyranids, who the only answer is 10 dudes in extreme force.
We play and call it work.
I will be playing the Tyranids today, their 3rd edition codex, which came out about 2000, 2001 era. So well over 20 years ago at this point. And the Tyranids in this conception are, you get to control their mutations down to the point. You could have very expensive Hormagaunts, you could have very cheap Hormagaunts, you could have Hormagaunts with wings, which are different than gargoyles. So things like that, you get the idea. And I just wanted to try a proper horde today with a bunch of Carnifexes, and that is the idea. But your Tyrannid collection could be very different than your friend's Tyrannid collection. Back then, in this era of Warhammer, you were heavily encouraged, nay, you were enforced to put every tiny little upgrade on your models. You want Hormagaunts with wings? Put wings on all those little guys. You want little leaping tendons? We gotta figure that out somehow too. This here is my Tyrannid horde. Back in 3rd edition, like a lot of the other codexes, you didn't have the fully fleshed out rosters that you're used to in modern Warhammer 40k. So sometimes you don't get a lot of variety in what you bring, but the variety comes in what you can upgrade. Now, it's quite a lot to take on, and I didn't want to make it too complicated for myself, so I didn't go too deep into the upgrading, mostly to keep it easy for me to remember what things I actually have. Leading the force, we have a Hive Tyrant. It kind of goes in line with the loose narrative we have set here as well. This is the studio's custom Hive Tyrant, that's why he's so big. Definitely heavily outscales the game at this edition, but we're playing with all a bunch of big models today anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. He is going to have a Venom Cannon and a Bone Sword, which is going to have to count as a pair of Scything Talons, because the Bone Sword did not exist back in the day. Now, he's got quite a bit of psychic powers. 2 upgrades he took will be Warp Blast as well as Catalyst. And with him, he does have 1 mutation I gave him, Implant Attacks. Every wound he causes will be 2 damage instead of the normal 1, which is a big deal in this era of the game because everything only does 1 damage. So the ability to do 2 is pretty rare. Most weapons the Tyranids employ in war are just smaller bugs that burrow into the enemy and kind of eat them up from the inside and tear them apart. The implant attacks are just more malicious bugs. Effectively. With him, we have a Tyrant Bodyguard of 3 in the Brood. Now, these are Tyrannid warriors. Back in the day, the Tyrant Guard were essentially fancy Tyrannid warriors with lash whips and spine shields. Now, we don't have those models, so we're using fancy looking Tyrannid warriors with lash whips and bone swords to stand out. We could use the modern Brood, but they have crushing claws and they don't actually have any of the war gear that they would have had back then, so I figured this is a more appropriate selection. My second HQ choice, well, it's a Tyrannid Warrior Brood. They were HQs back in 3rd edition, not the troops you're used to them being today, or battle line, I guess, technically. We have 1 Venom Cannon in the unit. Everyone else is going to be equipped with Devourers because they didn't have the weapons you see them equipped with now. Back in the day, they're going to have to count as Devourers. And they're all equipped with an extra pair of Scything Talons / Bone Swords. They effectively do the same thing. Just give you an extra attack in melee. They count as a pair of weapons. And that will be my second of 2 Synapse units to help control the hordes of Tyranids on the battlefield. 32 Hormagaunts in 1 unit for troops. They are all simply equipped with Scything Talons. Didn't increase their strength, their armor, any of that stuff. I wanted to keep the list numerous instead of elite. I think you can get your Gaunts up to like 10, 11, 12 points a model if you give them every single upgrade. But again, you have to model every single one of those, and not in the business of that right now. We have a Brood of 20 Termagants with Flesh Borers ×2. We have another one right beside it. And then my final pick is 3 units of 1 of Carnifex. They are both going to be equipped with 2 pairs of Scything Talons / Crushing Claws. Crushing Claws didn't exist, so they're going to have to count as Scything Talons. And I chose to extend all of their carapace. They will have a better save than normal. I think they're all 2-up saves instead of 3-up saves. We'll see how much that matters against the movie Marines.
Hey there, folks. I'm going to be running the movie Space Marine list. Luca encouraged me as we're jumping in and trying out some early 4th edition weirdness to just embrace my love of weird, wacky, doesn't make a lot of sense lists and try this out. So this came out in a White Dwarf, I believe, and the basic concept here is to crank the Space Marines up to be a little bit closer to what you read about in the novels, some proper heroics. So the idea is that this is a whole 1,500 point list that is just a tactical squad of 10 dudes and a Rhino. So this is a little bit wacky. I'm curious to see how it works out, but yeah, let's see what the movie rendition of Space Marines look like. And here we go, taking a look at the movie Space Marine list. So starting off here, a bit of a different force org of how these guys all fit into. They're all individuals. So for my troop choices, I have 6 Space Marines. Because you can take 0 to 6 Space Marines. As we move across, and give you an idea, those guys are 100 points each.
Yes.
Next up, we have a Rhino there. So Rhino transport with extra armor, smoke launchers, and a Pintle Stormbolter. Clocking at 130 points, and that's actually my fast attack choice. Then I've got another little cluster of Marines here. So my 2 heavy supports, I have a Space Marine with a Flamer, and then a Space Marine with a missile launcher. They have slightly different stats, but you'll get to see them once I get shooting them. And then also for my elite choice, I have a Space Marine Dude. It's the fella there with the knife out. So that's a 150 point elite. And then the HQ leading the whole thing is I've got a Space Marine Sergeant with bolt pistol, chainsword, and grenades. Clocking in at a massive 200 points for him. And that is my 1,500 points of movie Space Marines.
We're gonna keep our mission nice and simple today to tell the story we're trying to tell. It's cleanse. There is one major objective. It is to engage and destroy the enemy and then secure portions of the battlefield by the end for additional victory points. Effectively, you get a 1-to-1 ratio of victory points equal to enemy points slain in the game. And you get 50% points for a unit when it's reduced to 50% or less of its strength. That being a single model at wounds, or units brought down to half of their models remaining will award half of their points into victory points for the enemy. Now for actual deployment, we have to separate the board into 4 even quarters, 1 line horizontally down the middle, and then 1 vertical, of course. And then 1 player is going to deploy in one of the quarters, the other player will deploy in the opposite quarter, leaving 2 of them as no man's land. And additional points for each table quarter scored at the end of the game. So one thing to note, we're playing 1,500 points. That means you can get up to 1,500 victory points if you table your enemy. And each quarter will be worth 325 victory points. Well, other than the one you deploy in. That one is worth nothing, because you already hold that one at the start of the game. And your opponent's is actually worth 750 if you can manage to wrestle control of it away from them. And that is it. Whoever has destroyed more of the enemy forces and controls more of the table at the end of the game will be the winner. Become a Vault member now by clicking on the link in the description down below, and you can check out this 40k 4th edition battle report where Josh and Luca try out the experimental Harlequin supplement written by Gav Thorpe back in 3rd edition against the word bearers of the Chaos Space Marines. Now for deploying, I win the roll-off, I pick my quarter, and Josh deploys in the opposite quarter. And with the movie Marine list, you're allowed to, whatever Marines don't go in the transport can infiltrate. So simply deploying the Rhino with whatever contents inside, leave enough for the rest to infiltrate, and you get to see the entire enemy deployment. So we pretty much only got to see the Tyranids deploy. Carnifexes go down first. Distraction Carnifexes are Distraction Carnifexes because they pretty much always deployed at the line and ran right down at the enemy and did a weapon stat check with all the little Griblies intermingled between them. You actually join the monsters creatures to the units. They get the best of both worlds and then the negatives as well if you want them to. Certain things, but the enemy can still pick them out if they need to. So I figured it wasn't that important to really show off today, but there are some cool mechanical things you can show off with it. But for the most part, Termagants, Hormagaunts here in the middle, Carnifex, and our Tyrannid Hive Tyrant, with his brood of warrior bodyguards joining him, and then the other warriors over here. In this era of the game, Synapse is like an army rule for the Tyranids, but it's actually baked into their psychic powers secretly. It's not listed as one of their army rules.
Right.
So you have to look at their psychic powers, and you'll notice that Hive Tyrants always know Synapse, and so do Warriors, and it's a passive psychic power that's always in. They word it like it's a passive psychic power that's always in play and the opponent can't interact with it. So it's an army rule that you kind of get.
Yeah,
right.
It's kind of neat to see that. They're like, no, it is a psychic thing.
It's a psychic thing, yeah.
There's got to be some weird interaction.
There might be
somewhere,
like a librarian with a hood, some way to like just turn off psychic powers or something. Like I don't know how much like nulls existed mechanically in the game.
It might be like a special rule, kind of like custom rule for that kind of design, because they used to tell you like the crew and all that for vehicles.
Yep. You'd have all your crew. You're a little irrelevant.
Never do anything with that, but
it was fun information, I suppose, to have at the time. And the Tyrant, in addition to the two I picked, he also knows the Horror, which in this edition is a fear check to charge him. So if you want to charge the Hive Tyrant, you got to do a leadership check. But the movie Marines, I'm pretty sure all leadership 10. So
no, it's mostly 9.
Oh, they actually are around 9 and stuff like that?
They're mostly 9.
Okay, they have some room to fail. They're not fearless as far as we can tell.
The Sergeant's 10. Yeah. As far as we can tell, they just should have the and they shall know no fear rule.
Effectively. They do have a cool rule that interacts with the no retreat rule, if that comes up.
If they died in the no retreat rule, they get to try to take some guys out with them on the way out.
Yeah, and it has pretty much the whole thing's littered with like movie quotes and things like that. Like a lot of tongue-in-cheek stuff. I'm pretty sure he threatened ratlings at some point in the army. Somehow in the movie Marine army list, he threatened ratlings from the Imperial Guard.
Basically,
Codex.
it was stated that if people are grumbling, because they're like, this can use any chapter, and like, no, don't complain that you should have Death Company in this.
If you're playing Blood Angels or something,
He basically said like, no, this is already dumb enough. Have fun with it, and if you moan and groan and complain, I'll do something terrible to the ratlings.
He threatened the ratlings.
Yeah.
I would love to know who wrote this. It's signed to Peter.
I think it says Peter.
Yeah.
I can tell it says Peter.
But I don't actually know who the proper author of it was.
I went a little bit, I did some surface digging and I couldn't find it immediately, but yeah.
Yeah, so if you know in the comments, please leave some feedback down below. I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in knowing who wrote this. This is definitely an era of everyone's kind of like a child over at Games Workshop. Not in like a nasty way, but they're having fun with it.
They're having fun.
They're having fun with it for sure.
It feels less corporate.
Yes.
I'll put it that way.
Absolutely. There's a big separation from like the writers and the design team and like the marketing team and all that. Very, very obvious giant barrier between the two of them. Otherwise, we have some of your infiltrators. So these are the guys who are not in the Rhino. We have Space Marine 1, Space Marine 2, and Heavy.
And the missile launcher. I'm trying to not like overthink it. I'm just putting guys down and I don't know. We're setting up a little ambush. We're trying to draw you in. And then we got the dude and another Space Marine over here.
Yeah, literally this is the listed as the Space Marine dude.
Yeah, so he's kind of the second in command.
Yeah, he's effectively that. And then that means we're going to have the veteran sergeant.
Yeah, the veteran sergeant. And then he's got 3 Marines and then the Flamer in there as well.
And as a fun note, all of the war gear and all the stats are vastly different. We'll learn as we go along, and then that way we can all have
don't worry about it, brother.
I'm going in pretty blind myself, so I'm just gonna laugh with you guys as the crowd. And this represents some like the Space Marines are always kind of like Black Ops kind of dudes. They always go in and do. They're not really. Well, like you mentioned earlier,
not really open warfare fighting.
Correct.
Kind of thing.
That's more of a heresy.
Obviously, you can, but that's It was always weird to try to figure out how to represent Space Marines.
Yeah, on the tabletop for sure, because sometimes you're going with like half a company just to go to a conflict, which is not how they would normally operate. They'd be like a squad would support like
the half company
Imperial
would
Guard.
show up, but the point is, they're not meant to hold ground or things like that. They just don't have the numbers to do that.
Yeah, you'd have like your 50 dudes in half a company, and then you'd send off like increments of 5, like to like 10 different fronts.
Sure,
maybe.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the thing is that if a Space Marine company shows up, there's 100 dudes there.
Yeah.
And that one, they're going to be deployed all over. They're probably going to be deployed as one big thing, unless they need to against some kind of hardened enemy force. But
they're flexible.
They're not an attrition fighting force.
Right.
We're going to go in, we're going to smash the enemy, and then leave.
Exactly that. So like I mentioned earlier, the battle is going well for the Imperials, and they're simply just going to cut the head off the snake right now. They found out where the tyrant is. They sent in 10 dudes to handle it, and this is that story.
The captain is very generous sending that many troops.
10 Astartes. Wow.
3 seems like the right number, but
So we're gonna roll off to see who gets to choose to go first. The rules. I got a 5.
I got a 6.
6. Oh, very good. So you get to decide who wants.
I will let the horde move forth first.
All right, that makes a lot of sense. Shout out to some of the terrain companies we have here on the table. This battle mat is from Table War. It's a classic, one of the many they have available. Otherwise, pretty much everything else, excluding the red pieces of terrain, are from a company called Forbidden Prints. They have quite a bit available. This is obviously, they're heavily inspired by Tyranids line.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'd say so. They also have a lot of other, pretty much all their typical tropes you'd be able to fit onto your sci-fi tables. A lot of Imperial buildings, a lot of Xenos buildings go along with it in case you have that army. The link is in the description down below if you want to check out their stuff. You can buy the STLs from them and then just print them off if you have the savvy. But if you don't, we'll print it for you at MiniWarGaming and ship it out to you. Cleaned and ready to go. Just paint it if you want, but you can throw it on the table and play with it right away is the idea. And then our very talented Atomac Greenleaf Terrain made the rest of the terrain here by hand with some micro art studio.
Yeah, it's micro art studios for these, and then he made the spawning pools out of them.
Yeah, he just kind of like thumbprints. Bloop, bloop, bloop. He's a crafty dude.
I hadn't noticed it was thumbprints, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's thumbprints. Yeah, well, he made that like over 10 years. Like, this is something that Adam made for us 10 years ago, and it's still holding up pretty well. Really well, actually. Not pretty well, really well, for how much we use and abuse them. And then that's it. Yeah, well, we're going to be Tyranids turn 1. The turn is going to be pretty simple. We're going to go ahead and cast Catalyst with our Hive Tyrant here. It's a psychic power that affects a unit that when they're killed in combat, they get a death throw before they go down. So they get to do like their attack normally before they're removed. On Nova, it just happens automatically, which is nice. Technically, that's at the beginning of the assault phase, so we're going to scrap that. We'll do that later when it's relevant, but that's a really cool psychic power. Yeah, it's actually. Yeah, so use it at the start of the assault phase, and it only lasts for that assault phase. Otherwise, we're going to move. All of this is surging towards the sensed enemy. That direction, that direction. I don't even, was there 2 guys over here I didn't show off, or did we move them?
No, we showed him. We were talking about the dude and the...
Oh, yeah, the dude! So we got the dude and a regular Marine over there. We'll show you where this all ends up. It's just a bunch of, move through covers and all that stuff. We are back. The forces surge forward. All the little Gribblies are much faster than the big bugs. They have this crazy concept of a rule called Fleet of Claw. In the shooting phase, you can give up shooting and move a further d6. This was rare.
This was rare.
And back in the edition, only, well, the Hormagaunts and Termagants and a handful of other things, like, hounds and dogs.
Well, you were Fleet of Claw, you could be Fleet of Foot.
Fleet of Hoof.
Fleet of Hoof.
Was another one. They decided to consolidate them all together into simple Fleet, which was a lot more abundant in I guess, 4th edition technically. But the fun fact is, in this one, you could have Fleet and still declare a charge. You just simply gave up shooting, which is very powerful in some circumstances.
Ooh.
Now, most things just move 6. Everything moves 6. Everything charges 6, unless you're, Hormagaunts can charge 12. Now, when you're moving through cover, you have to roll 2 dice, take the highest, and that's how far you can move, which matches up to the normal 6. All the little bugs have fast and deadly as a rule. They actually get to roll 3d6 to see how far they go through terrain, and taking the highest results. However, if you roll any double 6 in that pool of 3, the bugs start trampling over themselves and start causing wounds, as long as there's 8 or more models in the unit. And you can start losing models as you're aggressively running across the board. Now, you technically jump to the shooting phase, as I've already done my Fleet of Claw on all my big Gribbly units. And I have no actual shots to resolve because, the Marines are waiting in position to take some shots at the enemy. No point in using Warp Blast, no point in shooting the Venom Cannons, as I have no real targets I can see. So we're going to end the Tyrannid turn 1 there, and we're going to see what the movie Marines do on their first turn.
Tired of terrain that takes up more space than your army? Ruins of Perdition is modular, magnetizable, and stores in a single box. On the table, though, it transforms into a cinematic war-torn battlefield. Check it out now at miniwargaming.com/perdition.
Start over here, a little bit move through cover.
Always going in the spawning pool.
Yes.
Oh, you come with move through cover base as well.
Yeah,
of course.
Of course. They're Space
They're
Marines.
Space Marines. Normally you roll 2d6. Move through cover that gives you 3d6. Very in my opinion, move through cover is always one of the most powerful rules in the game. And funny enough, the missile launchers in the movie Marine list are assault instead of heavy. Heavy weapons, you can only fire them if you stand still. Not the movie Marines.
Dude, have you played Halo?
That makes sense. You know, they're covered in power armor. Probably shouldn't slow them down that much. So what do we... Oh, we have other moves to do.
Yeah, I am going to move some other stuff. Now, I could just backpedal because my bolters are 36-inch range assault weapons.
Yeah.
Because I could have just corner deployed everything. That would have been super boring. But I want to play for cool.
Yeah, we're going to pop out and start laying down some hate.
That's the idea. We're going to have the Rhino go. And we're going to go so the back end clears. And we're going to... and we're having some lads jump out.
Oh, they're coming out this hatch?
Yeah. We're just going to have the lads go ahead, jump out, and get ready to start laying down some hate. And we're going to have the dude.
Not the Space Marine dude.
The dude and company again. So this is all part of the ambush. Get him! Now, you'll notice I'm kind of keeping people close together, except for, like, obviously Mr. Missile Launcher. These are all independent units. They are all, yeah.
Yep, you
So
buy them
they
as like
do
one
not have
squad.
to stay together in any way, shape, or form.
But they work together in packs.
Yeah, that makes the most sense in my mind.
Yeah.
That they're at least going to have a partner in crime.
That's pretty much it for movement. Why don't we show everyone and myself the nature of these guns?
Yeah, let's start off. We're going to go with the missile launcher.
Okay.
And you know what he's going to fire at that Carnifex?
Okay. Oh, he's going to just take a shot right there at our friend.
Yeah, but what do you think he's using?
Crack missiles?
You mean super crack?
Oh, are they super crack
super
missiles?
crack
Of course.
missiles.
I actually pretty sure that the new... What's that new Space Marine squad with all the heavy weapons?
The really goofy looking ones?
I'm pretty sure they shoot super crack missiles.
Yeah, they're not cool like this.
So what are we looking at here?
Okay, so it's Assault 2, Ballistic Skill 5.
We're hitting on twos then.
Yeah, so hitting on 2s into Mr. Carnifex.
Oh,
I missed. Miss one.
Ooh, what's the strength of a super crack missile?
10.
You know what? No different than a regular crack at this point. Still winning on twos. That'll do it. What's
Okay.
the AP of a super crack
It's
missile?
AP 1.
Okay. Well, I don't think... Do I have cover? We got cover. We're playing as all the Tyrannid Gross as a 5-up cover save. This isn't instant death perchance, is it?
No, that's ridiculous. That's the last cannon I don't have.
Oh, the last cannon on the Razorback is instant death. I understand. Let's hope this growth helps us. It does not. So the super crack lands a good hit on the Carnifex, and he is... I gotta double check. I think they only have 3 wounds, so he's down to 2. Oh God, they're actually 4 wounds.
That's super scary.
That is a big deal in this era. That's crazy. I understand why they were so annoying. Okay. Well, that's a super crack missile guy. What do we got over here?
We're going to just send a bolter into your termagates there.
All right. So how many shots is a bolter?
So these are Assault 4.
Wonderful. BS5?
Yes.
All right. We hit on 2s?
I hit. And then what's your toughness?
We're toughness 3.
Okay, well, I'm strength 6.
Oh, the bolters are strength 6.
they're little grenade rocket grenades.
That's true. They're shooting little rocket propelled grenades, aren't they? It's 4 wounds, it looks like. What's the AP of these new bolters?
4.
Okay, I'm honest, it's not 3 or 2.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really get much of a save. That's just pop, 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 pop. And to this 36-inch range, I'll just take a random smattering of these guys. You killed 4, eh? Bam, bam, bam.
Did.
And then you just want to do the second one?
I'll do the second guy.
2s and 2s, no save. 2s.
Oh, see, he missed twice. He's got to go back to Space Marine school.
Oh,
I only got 1.
Pop. So far, pretty effective.
So far. Now, I'm going to go ahead. One of the nice thing is these guys are ridiculous, but they're hardly throwing any dice.
Right.
Right? So, I mean, like, it's a lot more tame. So I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the flamer and throw it at the Hormigons.
Okay, so normally a flamer uses the flamer template, and that's to determine what it hits. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that that is not the case here since you're attacking me from about 2 feet away.
Yeah, okay, so one of the things that Luca points out is that this edition, there were sometimes issues with arguing over what templates actually hit.
Yes, because you do one of these, it's like, am I hitting 5 or am I hitting 4? You know, it's hard to say. Luckily, this army list gets rid of that, I assume.
Yeah, so what this actually does is it's 24-inch range, and then when it's fired at a unit, I just hit every model that is in range and line of sight on a 4-up.
Oh, well, that's an easy way of doing it. So it's 24-inch range?
Yeah, so I gotta check to see how many guys are actually in range here. So it's not actually even that many.
It's a good warning shot. It's a damn good warning shot.
So that's probably 5.
10 partial hits, maybe?
I think it's more like 9.
9 partial hits it is. Here's the models that are in range and line of sight, and they're hit on 4s. All right.
Okay, so I've only got a couple there.
That's about half. 5 hits.
Now 6s, you don't get a save.
Oh, nasty. Oh, it's rending on the flamer?
It's not called rending, but yeah.
Oh, it's called something different. All right, so it automatically wounds, and I have no armor save against it, and they ignore cover because it's a flamer.
Yep.
And then, what is this? These wound on, what's the strength of the flamer?
Oh, no, it hits and wounds on 4s.
Oh, it just automatically wounds, and the 6 is no
Well, you
save.
don't normally roll to hit on a flamer.
You're
rolling to wound.
That's right, fair.
You silly goose.
Oh. It doesn't actually have an AP associated to it, so... well, that's 4 more guys dead.
Okay.
5 in total. I can only take the guys kind of close that you're actually hitting. And, well, I assume it's not a great idea for them to rush headlong into that flamer, but we don't really have much choice.
Just gonna have a marine fire, so we'll go with the guy in the back here. He's gonna try to fire at your Carnifex.
Oh no, put the Carnifex down.
36-inch range, so I'm definitely gonna be in range. Okay, so these are hitting on 2s. 6 is rend.
Ooh, you really want those. Oh, it's 2 wounds and no save.
There's 2 wounds, yeah, and then 2 hits. What's your toughness?
6 on a Carnifex.
4 to wound.
Ooh, another one. What the AP is only 4, so I get a 2-up save against that, but the rending is going to force 2 cover saves, even if I have them. Well, I failed 1, made 1. Let's see. The guy in the back, the guys in front provide cover as well. So, I have 1 wound left because I made a cover save. Otherwise, the 2 rending shots take them out. Boom.
Well, I got a bolt pistol. Check the range already. It's range 24. And this one, obviously, we're firing short control burst, so this is assault 4 rending as well. It's just a bolter that is
a bolter slightly
12 inches shorter range.
6s and I'm dead. Oh, they all hit.
Okay.
4s to wound.
Only 1 wounding hit.
2-up armor for the extended carapace.
Oh, you're so tough.
He's very hard to kill that Carnifex.
Okay. Go with this guy in the back's gonna wing a shot at you.
Same idea.
Yeah. Yeah, see if I can take down that Carnifex. You're pretty tough. Okay.
Well, that's a wound, rend. I'm just gonna do a cover if it matters. We're dead. Okay. And then the rest of the shots will just pump into his dying body. Bleh.
While we're at it, we'll just slap the last bolter up into the gaunts there.
Ooh, should be easy enough.
Oh.
2s. We got a rend. And 2s. All right. Well, these are all going to be spawning pool cover saves. Oh, the pool protects.
Oh, there you go. We'll just get the storm bolter out of the way. So this just fires like 2 bolters.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 8 shots. Oh, God. Ooh, 2 misses. Oh,
3 misses.
Oh, 3 misses, a couple rends. And these are in the Hormagaunts?
Yeah.
That's 4 saves. The pool protects. 1 Hormagaunt goes down. Woo. Stop shooting the spawning pool. Blech.
We'll start shooting Carnifexes. Actually, the one that they can both see is the one in the back there. I should have done that better, but that's okay. So we'll go here. Boom
Back
into
up.
him. Can I hit you?
Yes.
I hit you a bunch, but I need 4s to wound you. 3 wounding hits.
None get
you're
through.
fine.
And then the other guy is going to
See if the dude can do any better.
The dude! 2s. Oh, 2 rends. And a wound. Here's the save. Oh! And then, which one was he firing? The same one?
Same one back there.
Does he get cover from him? Or no?
What is it for cover normally?
25%.
I don't think so.
Then he has taken all of them. He is in the open. He's got 1 health left. All right, that wasn't so bad. The Tyranids weathered the storm. We're going to go into their second turn. Obviously, no morale checks needed, as they are within 12 of a synapse creature, or a creature permeating the synapse aura from the psychic power discipline, which means they would roll, but they automatically pass, and didn't lose too many over here. We're going to go to Tyranids turn 2. Movement is going to be nice and easy. They don't have a move through cover anymore. We're just going to get nice and close to the space marines. We're going to shoot them with our flesh borers. I'm sure everything is going to be just fine. Now the Hormagaunts over here are going to have to do a move through cover. Don't roll a double 6. Ooh, they get to go 5. And I'm going to add the fleet to it right now in the shooting phase. They're going to add 6. They go 11 inches. They surge towards them. They'll still have to do a difficult charge, though, as they're trailing in the terrain still. We're going to go ahead and move our Hive Tyrant and his honor guard up, I guess. And then I'll show you where these guys start going up and around to try to lock down those 2 Marines, I guess. And here it all is. I went ahead and did the Fleet of Claw moving on the Termagants because they aren't going to be shooting their flesh borers this turn anyways. And we're good to go to shooting. I'm going to start off with some shooting I know I could do. We have 5, 10, 15 flesh borers into that Marine there. That one in particular. All the Tyrannid bioweaponry in this era of 40k are actually based on the characteristics of the model firing them. So the Flesh Borer is strength of the user +1. It's an assault X, which is it means it gets as many shots as the model's profile has under their attack characteristic. And that's where the mutatable upgrades on the units become kind of interesting, because you can make their strength higher, which works in melee and shooting, and things like that. And you can augment their attacks, you can augment their armor, their weapon skill, you can make them BS4 or 5, you know, things like that. It costs points, but you get to kind of mold.
Customize however you want.
You customize them however you want. These are hitting on 4s because I didn't customize them however I wanted. I kept them at their base profile and their save, which I assume is why they kind of got rid of rules like that, because they probably found people were just keeping them like as is. Oh, this doesn't matter. That's
a bad rule.
That was. Now these are strength user +1, which means it's a strength 4 gun. I didn't make them strength 4 base, so they're not strength 5. What's the toughness on a movie marine?
Well, they're Space Marine, so of course they're going to be toughness 6.
So I need 6 to wound. I got a wound.
Okay.
AP not relevant.
Well, I got a 3-up armor save.
All right. You failed it.
No,
It's a
I
damage.
failed it. So that's the thing. Well,
How many wounds
wait
do
a
you guys
minute.
have?
They got Space Marine power armor.
Well, that's a 3-up save. We know that.
If Space Marines would normally get an armor save against attack, they may re-roll the save if it fails.
Please. No, he passed.
No, well, never mind.
The Space Marine power armor is a reroll if they fail their initial save. However, if you release your AP 3, they don't get that reroll.
But you get a 3-up invuln save.
Oh, they have a 3-up invuln save.
They got power armor on, dude.
Power armor, of course. So they have a 3-up rollable armor save. And if you are lucky enough to have an AP 3 attack, they have a 3-up invulnerable save after that.
Hear me out, though. I didn't take any stunt doubles.
Yeah, that's another thing you could take in the army list.
It's 10 points. You can take up to 10 of them. And the way it works is that you can just, whenever you go to take a save, be like, nah, the stunt double's going to take the save. And if you fail, the stunt double dies. And if you pass, the stunt double just is like, okay, cool, and then doesn't have to, you lose that stunt double.
That was it. That was the scene.
So either way, you just ate a hit.
Yeah, you just eat a hit if you want to. For 10 points. It's not bad.
Yeah, so I could have brought one less tactical, and then
10 stun doubles?
Yeah, but I decided that'd be silly.
You'd have to keep track of it's not a model, I assume it's just like a counter, essentially.
Yep.
Yeah, fair.
Let's
do our Hive Tyrant. It's going to fire his Venom Cannon over here at this missile launcher marine. It's 36-inch range, so I'm pretty sure I'm in range.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll go ahead and try and do Warp Blast against... I really want to do Warp Blast over there, but I think they're out of range, and I don't know. I'm going to do it over here. I have to do a leadership check, Warp Blast. It's got 2 profiles. It's got a 24-inch range blast shot or an 18-inch range strength 10 AP 1 shot. I'm obviously outside of 18, so I'm going to go for the 24-inch range one. But I have to pass a leadership check first, which I do with flying colors. Got to roll equal to the leadership of the model or less to pass the psychic check. In this case, I think we're leadership 10 on a Tyrant. If not, we're higher than 2. I check the actual range, and oh, we are shy by about an inch or 2. That's okay. That means our Warp Blast fires and lands right there, but it's not the kind of attack that can scatter. So it automatically misses, but the Venom Cannon is in range, and the Tyrant has 3 attacks on its profile. You're supposed to apply the base attack profile. You can put Silent Talents on and make it to 4, but ranged weapons are before the modifiers. So 3 attacks, hitting on, I think, 3s. And this is Strength User +2, so it's going to be Strength 6 +2. So we're wounding on 2s, actually. Yeah, 2s.
That's really good.
It's only AP 4, so you get 3 upper rollable save. All right, rerollable.
No. Oh, he's fine.
Oh, okay, no damage. That's fine. We'll get there. We'll keep.
I almost lost a wound. That was like gonna be half his wounds.
That's close. Oh, you only got 2 wounds?
Yeah, dude, these guys are pretty tame. That's what regular Space Marines have.
I guess, regular Space Marines now have 2 wounds, kind of. No, they, a little bit of inspiration from movie Marines.
Yep.
And the only other shots that I could take if I had line of sight would be this one's Venom Cannon over here. Same profile as the Tyrants, except his characteristics is lower than the Tyrants, so his Venom Cannon is a little bit weaker. Only Strength 8 instead of Strength 6, and I think he only has 2 attack space, so he has 1 less shot. However, we can't see through our own models, so we don't have any shots on them. And that is it for my shooting phase. Those guys use Fleet of Claw, so they can't fire. We're going to go to charging, and we're going to declare a charge with our Hormigons into the Space Marine dude and the Space Marine beside him. Now, normally, you just move 6 inches when you charge. Hormigons have a rule where they charge 12, so they're the equivalent of
Cavalry.
Bikes and cav, technically in this edition, except they are in terrain. So instead of going 12, they roll 3d6, double the highest die. But we don't want to roll double sixes or else we trample over our own guys. Okay, close. So we're going to charge 12. We'll point out we're going to be charging out of synapse range in doing this.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well,
Unironically, no. Luca.
Josh was only just made aware of that now. Oh no. This is them. They all swarm in and surround them. You got to move towards the enemy. You can't just trail back. So I can't keep them within synapse. Though I did forget to do catalyst before I sent them off. So I'll go ahead and do a catalyst check on leadership. We're passing on a 4. That means that when they inevitably die, they get to strike before they die. Because you don't go first when you charge, you have to follow initiative order. So it starts at initiative 10, and then they fight, and then 9, they fight, 8, they fight, etc. All the way down to your numbers. What initiative are movie Marines?
5. These guys, the Sergeant 6.
Oh, okay, so the dude and the regular Space Marine is just 5.
Yeah.
Let me go check mine. I'm only initiative 4. That means the movie Marines get to go first.
Now, what's your weapon skill looking like?
3.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. I'm hitting you on 3s with all these. So I'm going to combine their attacks.
You have skill 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weapon skill 7 on the dude.
That's true. Yeah, you never hit on 2s in this edition. 3s is the best.
So I hit you 4 times.
Are those rending?
Actually, those are rending.
Yeah,
they've all got combat knives. You are right.
All their combat knives are rending combat knives, and that's a wound as well. I think I only have a 5. Well, the rends get
There's
me
no
for
AP.
Sure. Oh, really? Here's my 1 armor save. I didn't make it.
That's a shame.
Was that 4 who just got stabbed to death?
Yeah, it's only 4, dude.
Let's pull the guys. Space Marines obviously don't want to be surrounded, so we're going to kill the guys that got around them first. And then I get to fight. But these 4 get to fight at the same time because of Catalyst, which is kind of cool. Now, they're all 1 attack each. The Scything Talons give them 2 attacks, and the Charge gives them 3 attacks. I have 17 of them attacking. That's pretty good. Now, I got to remember those are actually 2 different units I'm fighting, so I will put, of the 17, 8 one way, and then 6 the other way. Or sorry, 9 the other way. That's how that works. So it's going to be 27 attacks, 24 attacks. So here, we'll say the dude actually gets hit by the 9 if I didn't say that earlier. So here's 27 attacks on the dude. I lied, I'm up skill 4. It doesn't matter, I still hit on 4s. But for anyone who's saying, Gaunt's for up skill 4 in that edition, you are correct. And I need 6s against the movie Marine. I land 1 wound on the dude. Not AP enough, okay. It's a 3 up rerollable. And now 24 attacks on the other guy. This is the one I can feel it. This is where I'm gonna get the wound. Forced to hit him. 6s! Die, movie Marines! 2 this time! Woo. All right, 3 up roll will save. All right, so, great.
Like, if it was regular Space Marines, you wouldn't have done anything to them either.
I know, that's fair. That's the sad part. And it only would have been a couple more wounds, too. Well...
Oh, Luca, what?
I lost combat by 4 there. Now, I don't have synapse nearby, which is nice. I had to double check. Well, no, it's not nice. It's nice for the movie Marines. It's not nice for the Tyranids. So I have to do a leadership check. And then I don't think I actually fall back normally. I have a synaptic, like a behavior chart I have to look at, but let me double check first. Here's my leadership check. I lost the combat by 4, but that doesn't matter in morale in this edition. You simply look at who won or lost based on the wounds caused. In this case, the movie Marines won by about, infinite amount. And then I look at my unit. Am I under half? Yes or no? Then that's a modifier to leadership. And then you look at how much you're outnumbered by the enemy. In this case, I'm just looking at a base leadership check, unless movie Marines reduce my morale or something.
They don't reduce your morale, and they just count as... Yeah, because the wounds, you have more wounds than me anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
The chainsword does something funky, but we don't got to worry about that.
Leadership. 6? I don't know. I was correct. I have to roll on the instinctive behavior chart. So you do it at the start of a Tyranid turn, when they're outside of synapse, or at any point when they fail a pinning or morale check while also outside of synapse. Because this is a failed morale check, I have to roll on the left column, as you can see here. I got to do a D3. I get a 1. We're going to fall back. So that's a unique fallback. Normally, they would go towards the table edge unless there's a synapse creature on the board. So we run towards the nearest one, being they have a 12-inch aura, and the Hive Tyrant has a 12-inch aura. I just got to figure out which one is closer. Now, it's going to be them who are closer by just a little bit. However, we are falling back, and the Marines can do a sweeping advance. So this represents my Hormagaunts turning their back, making themselves a little bit more exposed, not defending themselves. And we have to roll an initiative check plus a D6. Well, roll a d6 plus our initiative. I'm initiative 4, you're initiative 5, and you have 2 units, so you get to roll with each of them as they both try to do a sweeping advance. You want to equal my roll or exceed it. So I got a 6, you want a 5 on either dice. Oh,
there we go.
So that guy will do it. This guy's too slow, but that one's enough. So you'll like grab it.
It was definitely the dude.
The dude clearly did. So he'll grab a tail, smash the bug, grab another one, smash that guy, and then effectively kills enough of them that they're not going to organize together and rally. They actually just scatter in all directions and no longer continue and contribute to the battle. They are wiped out. And this counts as a massacre for both of the movie Marines here from the Sentinels of the Forge. So instead of consolidating like a controlled 3, they're kind of like, overcome by the battle a little bit or the bloodlust. They don't really know where they are. They actually get to consolidate D6. So this guy first will go 4, and then the dude will go 2. He's busy killing bugs. And the way is clear. The bugs are no longer a threat. That was my turn too. So let's go to the movie Marines turn 2. I also want to point out, I didn't want to charge in the Termagants over here because they're way weaker than the Hormagaunts are. So you can expect the same kind of outcome. So I figured I might as well have a screen.
They could have still been in... No, would they have been in Synapse? Yeah, they could have been in Synapse.
Yeah, they're within 12. He's right over here. Okay. Oh, but if I charged, it would not have been. No, because they're like kind of... I haven't measured it, but this is probably around 12. And if they charge, this is not 12.
All right, let's get moving. So we're going to press our advantage. We'll have movie Marine number 1 there. We're going to have the dude go.
No, not the dude.
He's going to move up 6.
The dude's going to rip a Carnifex in half.
He might.
No.
We'll have my little demi squad start to break up.
Yeah.
Take, position. Look cool.
I feel a little bad for the flamer guy. He's got his whole vibe killed on that one combat. He was going to roast like 15 or 16 Hormagaunts in one attack.
He could have potentially.
Instead, now he just walks forward and he's going to go for the Hive Tyrant unit, maybe?
Probably. He's going to go for glory one way or another.
Actually, there's a lot of bolters. Yeah, now that the snake is revealed, now time to take it out. Best option, bolters. It's sad and true. It's not the reality I'm used to.
I don't really have a good lane for him other than just putting he's in a fleet.
And
he's going to go 3. Boop. He's going to come around here.
Yeah, they eventually made running in the movement phase in modern 40k because everyone just did it that way anyways.
Yep.
Supposed to do it in the shooting phase, but it didn't really make much of a difference. Oh, and the Rhino with that 8-shot Stormbolter coming in hot. Oh, it doesn't need to be that hot. That's right. It's got 36-inch range. It's so ridiculous. I like it. It's a great army list. Who wrote this? Who did this? You know what you did. You put me through this 5 years later or something ridiculous. We're going to give it to him.
Yep. Yeah, let's start shooting. I'm done moving. So, Space Marine, get them.
Oh, just bolters?
Yeah.
Pop, 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 pop. Yep, those all hit.
1.
Oh, one guy's dead. That's 4 dead so far. Do you want to do the other one of them too?
Sure.
If we've lost 4, we'll go 1, 2,
okay.
3, 4. Oh, it might as well be 5 because the 6, and then 3 more dead on 2s. Oh, only 2 more are dead. Wow, they're really good with these bolters. Oh no, my synapse. Let me just keep these guys up and remove these guys, I suppose. We'll kill.
Charge harder.
We'll kill that guy and keep that guy alive. Sure.
I had been tempted to fire some super frag rounds, but I don't have any great targets left.
No, we dealt with that.
2 super crack rounds at the Tyrant and company.
Oh, they hit. All right, these are strength 10, 2s to wound. Oh my gosh.
You're fine.
Bouncing off that hard Tyrannid body. Now it's flamer time.
I'll lay down the flamer. Oh, look at. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get 2 hits because it's all I can see.
Oh, you can't see that third guy? All right.
I can't see him, and the other one's slightly too far away.
Too far back, yep. 4s to wound. Well, that's a wound. We're gonna put those on our bodyguard here,
There's
or
just one,
that single save. 3 up armor save on the honor guard. Oh, he's wounded. This guy's got a wound left, and worse off, he's actually on fire now too. So this is actually a shout out from 2nd edition. Where Flamers, Flamers were crazy in 2nd edition. They were AP, they used modern 40k AP, so they were like AP -2, AP -3.
Okay, yeah, get set on fire.
And you were set on fire as well. So if you weren't killed by it, you had to keep track of which models got hit by flamers and which ones were on fire. Now, I think it was if we were wearing Terminator armor, it didn't send you into a frenzied panic. Everything else sent you into a frenzied panic and you took wounds every turn. Now I have to roll the save at the start of my turn because I'm on fire, as far as I understand.
Yes.
Very good. I assume you're gonna shoot them more, so that's not gonna be relevant.
It probably won't be. Get them with your bolt pistol.
The bolt pistol, sending the bolt pistol down the table, some shots at the bodyguard unit. 2s to hit. Bop, 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 bop. This guy's got great accuracy. That's a rend. Oh no, well, that guy's dead.
What's the majority toughness?
4. So 2s. Oh yeah, 5-2. We do get armor on them. They're 3-up armor saves. Oh, no, never mind. Dead. And then just a 5-up cover save because at least half the unit's behind some form of this. So this guy's going to get shot dead. And then this guy is going to have a health left.
Good news, nobody on fire anymore.
Nobody's on fire, though. He put him down. That's very humane of you. Very, very considerate of the Space Marines to put down.
They are, yeah.
Flaming target.
Let's fire the Stormbolter.
Oh, no. 36-inch range. Oh, it looks good.
Oh, I'm in range.
Oh, barely, though. That was a good guess.
Yeah, it's like 30, I'm like 32, 33 away. I don't remember rending being this good.
No, they never was. And rending has never recovered from 3rd and 4th edition rending. It is so... Those all hit. Yep. And 2s. Oh, God. So that's 4 saves and then 3 rends. Rending was never like this again. So 5 ups for the rending. So that's dead. Can you see this model? Or these have to go on the...
I can't see him.
Oh, no. It has to go on the big guy. And they don't have invuln saves. I have to double check. He just took a wound. I'm just going to mark that he's taken a wound so far. 4 actual saves on the Hive Tyrant. He's dead, I think. He's got a 3-up armor. He's got 4 wounds. So he took 1 from the rending and then got 4 overkill from a Stormbolter 36 inches away. Bop, 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 bop. No! The Hive Tyrant. And then if anyone's played Space Marine 2, they'll understand what happens next to the poor bugs. It's fade to black, and then everything's dead.
You got more synapse?
I do. I have more synapse over here.
Oh, God. What?
We just have a little bit of cleanup. 2 turns, and the Space Marine...
Well, you're rolling kind of poorly.
I'm not rolling the best, you know.
He had 3-up save.
He did have 3-up saves.
Okay, I'm going to read a little bit here. Remember that bolt weapons fire rocket-propelled explosive bolts. As soon as they start being fired in 4-round bursts, we'd be sure there will be plenty of alien insides flying about.
Yeah. No, that whole army list is just loaded with pretty fun little quips.
That wasn't supposed to do that.
Again, my favorite part is where the author threatened rattlings.
Yeah.
I won't forget that. I'm not going to forget
that. That is really, really good.
So, is there any other line of sight on our very poor guard?
No, he knew to get out of the way.
He's supposed to protect the tyrant.
This Marine's going to fire at that Carnifex.
He's got the full health Carnifex?
Yep. Oh, I'm in range.
We're in range. 4 shots. Please don't roll 6. He's so strong. No. It's so strong. No.
I wounded you once?
Yep, 1 more wound. As the keen viewer will be aware, that was a rending on the first one. That's oh, we're good.
Oh, you're fine.
And then the armor save on the other one. Oh, we're good. Very good.
This guy will shoot at the same one.
Oh no. Hey, no rends.
Oh, there you go.
4s?
Only 1 save.
3-up armor. We're good. Or 2-up actually.
Yeah. We're gonna have this Marine shoot at the wounded Carnifex.
Oh no. A single 60's dead. Right to the head tap. Pop, pop, pop. Oh, he's dead.
Yep.
No, there's no save there. He's only got 1 wound.
And we're gonna have the dude fire at that
Not the
one.
dude. Yep, those all hit. 4s to stick. Oh. Extended carapace.
Oh, see, you're fine.
We're good. We're perfectly fine. Oh, let me get that guy back there.
I'm gonna charge the dude, and I don't think this guy can charge because he killed his target.
Oh yeah, he killed his target. He can't charge us, right?
Oh, look, am I within? Yeah, I'm within 6.
Bring it on.
As I move the models.
So the dude will charge.
Ah! I'm probably gonna charge it up over there. Oh, how does that work when actually in the shooting phase they're not in synapse anymore?
Yes, they. Oh no, you're right. So that was these guys here. So they had to take a morale check, but I'm like, I don't have to worry about it. The Hive Tyrant's right here. He's 12 inches. He's in range for synapse.
Didn't take into account the Stormbolter.
Yeah, didn't take into account the basic Stormbolter killing him. So we had to do a leadership check on them. We know their leadership not 6. They're 5 actually. Oh, they pass.
Oh,
we're
you're
good.
fine.
No problem.
Charge you.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Actually, this guy could go for that one.
Because they're
That
two
one's
separate units.
Yeah, then that model's already engaged as well, so you can go for the next nearest unengaged.
Okay, boulders and grenades.
Bolters and grenades. We're not throwing the grenades, but
No, grenades are, shooting attack. I'm just saying they're war gear, because Luca was asking. Okay, so I'm hitting on 3s. I got one.
there's a rending on that combat knife. Stick him dead, actually. Oh, but no AP on the combat
No
knife?
AP on the combat knife.
I think we're a 6-up save, not a 2-up
Not two.
save. So he'll stab them dead, and then this guy can go ahead and do his attacks, I guess. Yeah, that's a dead guy.
Okay.
Oh, and a save. Nope, that's 2 dead. We'll go, well, stab, I guess. And then I only have 1 Gaunt who can fight back. All right. Nope, didn't wound though.
Close.
So we lost combat.
Okay.
We're under half for a further -1 leadership. We're not outnumbered. So we break. But we have to roll on the synaptic chart that we rolled on earlier. And we know that's run to the nearest synapse creature. We're going to do a sweeping advance, your initiative 5. You automatically caught me.
Okay.
So they're dead. And they both get a D6 massacre move.
Him.
1, 4. Very good.
But here, now, yeah, it's a fair fight.
Yeah, let me
How
go
much is a Carnifex worth?
I think it's like 106 points the way I have him built with double scything talons.
Okay.
This card effect is only initiative 2, so the Space Marine dude goes way faster.
Okay, so I'm going to hit you on 3s.
Very good. Oh, no rending.
Okay.
That's a big deal.
That's a huge deal. I'm strength 6.
Oh, forced wound. 2.
2, okay.
Okay. Does he have AP on the dude's knife?
No.
Extended Carapace.
Ooh.
Carnifex has 2 attacks base, and then he's got 1 pair of Scything Claws and another pair of Scything Talons. These hit on 4s. Okay, good start. And these are, you're toughness 6?
Yeah.
I think these are 4s. Okay, we stuck 1. Now, monsters, creatures are always AP 2.
Yep.
So it goes right to your 3-up invulnerable save. Nope, still haven't stuck a damage, but it's a draw combat.
It is a drawn combat.
So nothing actually really happens. We still have Synapse active here, and I'm going to double check, but I'm pretty sure the Bodyguard unit also permeates the Synapse Psychic Aura. Just double checking, they are not. I guess it's assumed that they will die before the Hive Tyrant normally, but they are within 12 of the Synapse unit over here, plus their leadership 10. So they get to operate normally. Might as well go to their doom. They're just going to go and fight some Space Marines over here. And all of this will try and deal with the dude and that 1 Marine over there and see if we can stick 1 wound on this army. All right, moving is pretty much done. We just have this giant line of bugs that want to try to deal with this 1 guy here. This honor guard decided to say, you know what, I am not going to go over there.
There's 2 Space Marines over there.
We're going to go deal with these 2 Space Marines where we have 50 dudes to try and help out. So we're going to go right to shooting. We're just going to go 20 shots into him. 4s. Ooh, there we go. If only I had rending on my attacks. I was going to bring Gene Stealers, but I couldn't find them. Gene Stealers would have been potentially good against the list. But that's okay. Today, we hit you with 1 wound.
I tried to help you find them.
We all tried to look for them. Matthew doesn't even know where they are. They're around somewhere, but that's just our organization. Yeah, it's bad.
Okay.
3. Oh, you're good. We're going to go ahead and fire. They have Devourers, which I actually believe they'll fire a handful of them. They're only 12-inch range. We got his Devourer who
You can
shoot.
fire more if you want. You can fire all of them. I don't care.
It's the rules.
Oh no.
The Venom
They
cannon.
determine what is fun.
The rules dictate what is fun. This army list is an official Games Workshop product. Therefore, it is the rules. Therefore, it is fun. Got a hit. Strength 6. No, not a wound on his Venom Cannon. And then the Devourer. The Devourer is weird. So the Devourer is -1 strength to your profile, but it's 2x A. You have to do, we're like arithmetic, to figure out the Tyrannid weapons. You have to do Bedmass, or Pedmas for our friends from the States. So you have to look at Devourers are 2AX of their attack profile. So if you have 1 Devourer, it's 2 times your attacks. But if you have 2 Devourers, it's 4 times your attacks.
Matthew's gonna love this.
So it's 4 attacks. A warrior has 2 attacks base, which means each Devourer is 4 shots at strength 3. Bam! And bam! Nothing. Perfect. I roll the dice though. Just so many ones. I was gonna bring it to charging. We're gonna just try and make something happen on this Space Marine here. We're gonna now flesh borers are assault weapons. We're gonna go ahead and charge into him. I'm just gonna you're just gonna go all around him.
Okay.
Technically, one guy goes there first, but it ends up all the same. That's who can get in. It's left a little gap here to tell who can't attack. And the warriors, I measured, they're too far away to make a charge. Again, everything just charges 6. There's a few exceptions, but everything kind of charges 6.
Your Harmagons.
The Harmagons are one of the few exemptions, and a lot of Space Marine units, the jump packs or bikes and stuff like that. They kind of
No, I don't think jump packs go further. I think
they move. Yeah, they
12
move further.
charge
Yeah,
6.
bikes can charge further. That's right. Okay, well,
Which one do you want to do first?
let's do this one. You can go ahead and attack with your Space Marine. He's only got 3 attacks. Oh, because I charged you. That's right. That's 2 dead guys and a wound. May as well make that 3 dead bugs. We'll say he stabs the crap out of these 3. Oh no. Now, to be fair, this is kind of exactly how it goes in the video game and or the narrative. 4s to land hits.
How many times do you get to roll that many dice?
In what, this edition?
No, like how many attacks are these guys making?
Oh, I should do this twice.
Oh, you
I only counted 1. Yeah.
Okay.
They're only 1 attack normally, but they get an extra attack for charging. So I land no wounds on the first one.
Okay.
Only 12 are able to attack back, but it's times 2. Ooh, that's a pretty roll. We'll see if I can get that again, though. 6s. 1. 3 upper roll will save, please and thank you. I've already lost combat. Oh! Yes! I did a damage! He's got 1 wound left! First wound of the game. And now I lost combat. I did 1 to you, you did 3 to me. I'm not outnumbered, I'm not under half, so we're leadership, I think.
You're in Synapse.
We're in Synapse, thank you. Yes, we are fearless. So we just pile in towards one another. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a couple bugs from the back here in a classic style and just tuck them in there. And this is where the bugs would generally be. Might be able to get, that's a 100-point model right there.
That is.
Well, the dude gets to go before I do. Should be 3s and 4s.
Ooh.
No rending again. Ooh. Ooh, 1 wound, 2 up save. The Carnifex could stick some damage here. Got a hit and wound though. That's a good start.
Very good start.
Yeah. Ooh, 2 AP 2 wounds. Right to your invulns. Oh, so close. Urgh.
For what it's worth, he's got 3 wounds. When it comes up. He's 50 points more than regular.
50 points for a wounds fair, I guess. That is it for my turn. We're on turn 3 for the movie Marines. These guys are heavily tied up in combat, but reinforcements are not too far away. But I don't think they need them. I think they're through sheer brute force. Brawn. They will get there.
Movement, I'm going to go over here. That guy with the missile launcher.
Move through cover. 5.
So he's going to come just 5 inches out. Oh.
Very good.
So I got to start slapping missiles at those Tyrannid warriors.
That dude's sprinting, shooting missiles. Just like Halo.
Exactly. Like
Have you played Combat Evolved?
We're going to come over here. Oh, you can see a guy.
That's death for the unit.
Ugh. I don't think he'll be able to see anybody. So he'll just fleet.
Oh, they have fleet. Not
only
usual for
one.
Marines, but in this case, the mover Marines get it.
Move forward my little flamer man there.
Oh.
Let's just start getting the lads up there. And then the Sarge is probably going to go ahead and do a little bit of a fleet.
Very good. Extra 5. It's getting there. He's so close. He's so fast. And then where's our tyrant killing Stormbolter wielding Rhino going?
I got another Marine over here
There's
too.
no Marine over here yet. They really showed up that fast and just eradicated an entire Tyrannid force. Very good.
Well, let's just fire the flamethrower.
Oh boy, here comes my synapse. Oh, is that all 6?
Oh, I can't see one of them.
So 5 are in range and line of sight. These 5 in particular. 4s to wound and hit. All right, well,
So no saves.
that's a dead one. And then this one takes a save and is on fire. Do I have to fail the save to be on fire if I'm
No.
just hit?
If
All
you're
right,
hit.
fair.
If you're wounded, rather.
We are wounded. We pass our save. We'll say that this guy eats the brunt of the flames and dies. And then the next in line's on fire.
Let's just fire the super crack down the board at you.
Oh, super cracking into this guy?
No, I was going to put it into warriors.
Those guys there too? Yep.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Hit. And 2s. Oh, yep. We'll get 5 up cover saves. Can you only see the guys out front?
I only see the front 2.
Yep. 5 up for the nearest guy. And same guy. Oh, he tanks them both. The rock
Woo!
eats both of those missiles.
Okay, we're gonna go this Marine into the.
Bodyguard.
Yep.
Bop, 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 bop. That's a wound. Make it 2. Save on him though. Oh, he's okay. But the cover save I should have done first. That's okay. He takes a wound against the rending shot. He only has a wound left.
He can only see the warriors there. So let's slap some shots down range at these lads.
That's a dead warrior. Well, I'll probably get some cover. And 2 more saves. So we'll do the covers first, which will be...
What's their armor save?
5 up.
Oh, I mean before. So.
Oh, that's right. These are AP4. So these are all cover saves. So I take one's dead and one takes a wound. Has to kill the guys back here. Now you can increase you can like augment anything you want in the Tyrannid list. You can give them more armor if you want to. I'm just trying to keep things cheap. That's the one cool thing I like about the army list. You ever hear people grumble like, I hate how weak these guys are? You can make them stronger if you want to.
You do, yeah. It was super customizable.
Yeah, it's really neat that way. You just have to, you were supposed to model everything on the upgrades to represent it for your opponent. And maybe not everyone did that.
We'll go with this guy firing at the same warriors.
No, picking on him. Beat him up. No rand, sucker. See? 2s. No armor save. Cover saves. Okay. You can see this guy, I assume?
Yeah.
Then he's dead.
I have another man with a bolter.
The bolters. Please. Anything but the bolter. Oh, it's a wound. Oh, 3 more. Oh, only 1 more. Okay, so 2 cover saves. Oh, that's a dead. Pop, pop. No, that guy was on fire. You don't have to worry about that.
Barely in range with my storm bolter.
No. Well, you got 8 shots, I got 4 wounds. This is probably not good for my synapse. Well, that's a rend. And those all hit. And these are 2 wounds right to cover. Even if I bought the better armor, it wouldn't matter. Really saved those points. Well, 1, 2 dead. There goes my synapse. I made some cover saves. Right to combat. The dude is going to fight the Carnifex on 3s.
Come on, come on.
6s. Oh, that's a wound.
Okay.
And then 3 hits still. 1 more armor, 2 up. We got 3 wounds left, and then I'll fight you back. 4s. He's very good at defending himself. No, he's too hard to hurt. You win combat by, I think monsters are fearless in the Tyrannid line. Tyrannid monsters are fearless. We gotta fight until that Carnifex is dead, and then we get to go over my one hope, my one chance. All right, 1 miss. He slays only 1, maybe. Yes, 1 is slain, and they get to all fight. But only 1 attack each. We did not charge. All right, 1 6 and I'd be happy. All right, 3 up or roll will save. You can fail 2 3-ups. Ooh, dang, we didn't get him.
What a hero.
He won the combat too, and I don't have sin-ups near 12 because they just got shot dead. So we're not under half, we're not outnumbered. It's just our base leadership, but our leadership is like 5. So we're not 10. So we're gonna roll on the synaptic chart. And, oh, that's attack. Okay, that's unique. So attack is surge towards the nearest enemy. In this case, I'm already in combat, so I just stay where I am. I pile in technically, but it's not super important. And I count as assaulting the next turn, so I get the extra attacks in close combat as they just surge towards them and just use this fear as added zeal.
Not bad.
It's kind of cool. So that means we can go to my turn 4 real quick. I want to kill this one model. And this guy has to do a leadership check to see what he does. He's leadership 10, so he can operate normally. He has no synapse nearby to operate him, essentially. And we're going to do a move through cover. He's going to go 6. He's going for the grizzled veteran sergeant. He's going to attack with his spine fist. He's got a hit. Strength 5. No, they're T6. We're going to go to charging. I'll make it... Ooh, so I have to, instead of moving normally 6, I have to do a move through cover, and I can charge up to 4. I might not make it with a 4.
Yeah, no, you're definitely...
We're good. I don't think it's going to go well for him. So we're going to go in there. And we're right to fighting. We'll go ahead and that one. I'm initiative, not 6, I assume.
He's initiative 6.
Yeah. The veteran, the grizzled veteran is, and the chainsword counts as a power weapon in this case. And
He's got
power
a bolt pistol. Does that give him an extra attack?
Yes, it does count, yep.
Okay.
So the power weapon is no armor save at all.
I'm weapon skill 9.
Why? Weapon skill 9. All right, 3s. 2 misses. Second only to the Avatar of Cain.
Strength 6.
Grizzled sergeant.
He's gonna give Johnny Xenos the sound thrashing.
Not Johnny's, he knows. These guys play Magic. What am I rolling? I'm dead. And there's no save. Oh, I knocked him over. That's a massacre. D6, he won.
Oh.
It's very good. Well, we might as well do this glorious Carnifex fight. You get to go first with the dude. Oh, it's a wound. He's got 2 left.
I stick one more.
One more save. We're good. I got 4 attacks with my Scything Talons. Please. 4s. Oh, 1 right to your invuln. 3 up. I want to kill him so bad. It's not going to happen. No. And then you get to fight first over here. Is he a hero? Ooh, he's not defending himself.
He's
oh! My guys get 2 attacks each because they count as charging. These guys are a little bit closer in. Not that it matters too much. This is it, everyone. This is the one. Here's the first half. So I've 6 hits on the first half. And then the second half is going to be, quite a bit more. So it's this plus 6. So we can take out these, that. So that's the extra 6 from the first. Those miss. And that's my whole hit. 6 to wound. No. That was my chance. That's it. It's over. It's a draw in that combat there. It's we're gonna let the Space Marines do one more turn here and really just show this off. We'll have him go.
He's gonna fleet.
Oh yeah, he can charge with fleet. That's right. They all have fleet.
He'll be in range.
Boop. He's good.
Pretty heroic.
And they're all gonna fleet as well.
So, front guy is gonna go an extra. He's
They're gonna save their battle brother.
flamer guy.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. And then this guy.
So no shooting because they all fleeted.
And you're in combat, so you can't shoot in.
There's that, and then we're just gonna charge in, and then they can all charge in. Kaboom, kaboom, and kaboom. Oh my gosh. You want to do them first?
Sure.
These all go at the same time, but they have
You
extra
just
attacks.
roll them all together.
You can roll them all. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. These are all my Space Marine attacks.
Just gonna lump them all together. Oh, kills 4 with rending attacks. We'll say he snagged 1 rend and the other guy's got 3. Supposed to do them one at a time, but it shouldn't matter too much. And 3 additional wounds, which I don't really have much of a save against. Nope. So we're gonna lose 3 additional guys to rend. 1, 2, we'll say that guy died to rend. And then 3 additional guys to bad saves. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Overall, strong charge, clears out a lot of bugs. I get mine back. We'll do 1 that way, and the rest are going to keep swarming around him. So the 1 up there will not hit. I don't get the extra attacks. That was only for that last round of combat. 3 hits. 6! I got a wound. 3 up for rollable. Could this be it? Could they save their battle brother? Yep. They're going to save their battle brother. Mr. Initiative 6 could go up there, I guess.
Yep.
With his power chainsword. He's got 6 attacks. 3s because he's weapon skill 9. Those all wound. Is he still only strength?
They hit.
They hit.
Strength 6, yeah.
4s to kill. These are power weapons. I don't have my 2-up save against this, so that's 5 wounds. He just burn right through the Carnifex.
He passed his quick time event.
Every single one of them. Both get massacre moves, and they can just join this combat here.
Oh no!
In this edition, you can still go into.
So we're gonna go here.
D6. He's in. He rolled a 3. And then the grizzled veteran sergeant. Oh, 5 will make it too. And
So
then
he counts double his wounds for outnumber.
Ooh.
He counts as 8.
So we would do one more quick round of combat, and I think it's pretty.
Well, I think you got to test to see if you run, right?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I was supposed to do that earlier. When I lost combat, I put double 1. They stick around. So they would have stayed around. You would have massacred in, and then my turn. You would fight with him, then all of this, and I would have no bugs left. And you will only have suffered a minor superficial injury on 1 single Marine in this. Not even breaking a sweat mission.
This is lore accurate Space Marines. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, you know what? Like when you put it on the table compared to what you play in video games, what you play or what you read in the narratives, that's what it's trying to emulate, and it does a good job. Obviously, when you take it to the tabletop, it's supposed to be not even, but the other guy's supposed to have somewhat of a chance to play the game. Not that I had no chance. It seemed I rolled bad in a lot of cases.
I can see specific scenarios being entertaining with this.
That's the idea, right? You're supposed to take this army list and come up with a fun scenario. Not that this wasn't a fun scenario, but I like the idea of A high tyrant, just send in 10 Space Marines.
Okay, I'm
no
just going to
problem.
say, this list is designed to be used against a normal 1,500 point army in any of the standard missions.
It does also work for all the standard missions. However, it'd be cool to come up with like a last stand sort of thing, that kind of stuff, or just pushing through as many like how many orcs can they fight before they go down, kind of an idea, right? That idea. If you have all day,
I think it'd be cool to do, so imagine this, maybe potentially if you want, try to flavor it a little different with some Black Templars and do like a Hell's Reach kind of battle.
Yeah.
And have, all of your guard, but with a couple Space Marine defenders mixed in.
And they could use these rules. Yeah, that'd be a
super cool.
That'd be a really cool way of doing it too. Because then you just do like orcs on the other side and keep it kind of grounded with those two forces.
Yep.
And then have a couple Space Marines doing what they do narratively on the table. And you only really have a couple in an area defending an area because there's only so many on a battlefront, right?
Right.
Spread out all over the place. I think, and don't forget, the other idea of this army list too is like, it's a quick game. To resolve, because one guy's only playing with like 11 models. So we would swap it. You would play whatever you wanted to play, and I'd go play Space Wolves or something. That's the idea for it.
I don't think we're going to necessarily do it, but I said like this versus the Harlequin experimental rules.
The experimental rule army list with the White Dwarf army list. Yeah.
That or like, I'd be curious to see how different armies, because if you had AP, then I could have legitimately started losing guys quicker.
Not a lot of AP in the bioweapons for the shooting ones. It's mostly all the monsters are AP too. That was just a rule that kind of existed all the way to 7th edition. 8th edition brought in the different levels of AP on weapons. But I don't know. What would maybe a lot of AP 3 shots? Like, because you try to think of like maybe like a lot of burst cannon shots, but that rerollable save is really hard to get through for that.
Yeah, volume of fire would be really super tough.
It just pings off their armor, as it does in the books and everything, right?
Yeah, if you got to get a jump on them, a bunch of plasma rifles into them.
Yeah, that could do it. That could add couple, like you said, you lose a couple Marines, that's 100 points right there.
Yeah. And once you lose guys, obviously, this is a weird one to analyze because
this is Josh's first foray back into 4th edition in like 20 years. We played a few like the scenarios and everything, but this is his first proper game with it.
Well, that was because we did a couple scenarios, but when we were kind of chatting about it, because you and Scurry were very excited to play a bunch of the different armies.
Yeah, we want to show off everything we could and what this edition had to offer.
And I think I had said jokingly, well, like if you guys, because they're obviously super excited and all that, I'm super busy doing admin stuff, and I said like, I'll jump in when I get the chance and I'll play the goofy armies and that.
Yeah.
And then you actually were like, yes, do it, absolutely. You seemed to be super excited for it.
Well, because I already got all of the proper games out of the way with Scary, so want to show, as much as I wouldn't want to play against this more than like twice maybe.
In a standard game. I can see this being really cool, like you said, for narrative scenarios.
Yep. Or like your example is perfect. That's a great way to employ it. Absolutely. Other than that though, just messing around. Maybe the challenge of coming up with an army list that could fight it. If anyone knows one, or they've already walked down this arduous road, and if you could give us some cliff notes down below, what was a regular army list that could beat the movie Marines? Not handedly, but go toe-to-toe with them. Like, could the Silver Tide go up against them? The Silver Tide was a really strong army list, but it was more for like attrition, and these guys play attrition.
If you rolled 6s to hit, they automatically wounded?
For the Necrons?
Yeah.
No, they could glance any armor on 6s, and I think they always wounded on 6s as well. But they didn't have the rending.
Super high toughness. Okay, yeah.
So they didn't really wound. They didn't really have a way to circumvent that, but they had a lot of high AP shooting in their vehicles and stuff. I mean, that could maybe do it. Yeah. They had a lot of Tesla attacks, like higher, like strength 5, strength 6. So maybe they could just stick wounds and like force saves, and eventually a Marine will go down here or there. Definitely don't want to engage them in melee, terrifying. But I guess AP 2 attacks could do well against them.
Like Howling Banshees going in?
Yeah, maybe.
Weapons?
Yeah, I don't know what their initiative is, but if they roll enough 6s to wound.
I think Banshees might be I6, but I might be making that up.
They might be 6. They could be around 6.
They might be 6 in the charge. I think, honestly, thinking about it, Eldar could potentially maybe give these guys a run for their money.
Yeah, Eldar could probably do. They're fast enough. They got enough like nasty firepower and a couple of sneaky melee units that could maybe pull it off. You really want to be around strength 5 to really stick a lot of wounds on them, or to at least start forcing them to make saves and stuff. I don't know. As again, probably shouldn't be overanalyzed. It's a fun list that someone named Peter maybe wrote up.
Yeah, I can't really tell with the signature, but yeah, that was boy oh boy. You should have had Hive Tyrant, dude.
Well, you know what? He died to a storm bolter.
You rolled 4 1s and 2s.
I know. Well, if I bought, I was thinking about buying him the 2-up armor save. It wouldn't have mattered, but I think I rolled 3 1s and a 2, and then I took a wound from the. So even if I bought him the better armor save, he would have died to that shot anyways. I don't think it would have mattered too much because he would have just eventually died to the super crack missile guy over here, just putting shots
How
on
do you think
him.
it would go Hive Tyrant v Sergeant? You think that, how many points
Pretty
is the Hive
sure
Tyrant?
the Sergeant wins that
You think
one.
the Sergeant
Pretty
wins?
sure the better Grizzled veteran Sergeant wins. Hive Tyrant has 3 attacks, weapon skill 6, strength 6, toughness. He's the same stats as this guy, but way worse in pretty much all the other ones. The strength and the toughness are the same. Weapon skill, initiative, and attacks, armor, save are all lower, and they're
Does he
not.
have an invuln save?
No.
Yeah, that'd be a problem.
Yeah, that would
That'd
be
be a problem.
But this edition, invuln save is very rare. You don't get them like refractor fields, and you could buy like an iron halo.
I mean, technically, I didn't have invuln saves.
You had power armor.
I had power armor.
You had power armor.
That's all that was.
I wonder how long it took them to come up with the rules, or if it was somebody just kind of quickly threw together. I'm like, yep, this works. Well, I guess you know what? Honestly, the way it probably worked is he probably.
Oh no, it is a 3-up invuln save. They just call it a 3-up invuln save.
Oh, they just call it 3-up invuln. Oh, okay,
They're like, yeah, you can totally get a 3-up invuln save.
I can already picture how this army list came to life. It has to be 10 tactical marines and a transport of some degree. So now that's 1,500 points. And now you break it up from there. And then it makes sense the tacticals are 100. And then you just make their stats generally represent that. How do you make a 100-point marine? You give him 2 wounds, a 3-up rollable armor save, a 3-up invuln save, and a fancy bolter. And that probably works out pretty good, actually. Yeah. Well, clearly, I didn't roll well here, and I got beat up pretty bad. But
Okay, orcs. How does it work again if you for the WA rule?
so if they charge in, they roll 2d6, and if they roll equal to or under the amount of boys in the mob,
Okay,
and then they double their initiative. So
but it's only to 4, right?
no, it goes to 6.
Okay,
Three-
so they'd be
three.
swinging before the
Yep,
Marine.
that's a
and
big deal,
I'd
yeah.
only get a 4 up on my save against Choppas.
Actually, orcs would probably do it. Yeah, the Choppa. I always forget about how good the Choppa's rule is. I don't know. 3rd edition orcs were
So I'd have
something
a
else.
4 if you're rollable, but yeah, that could be pretty
Yeah,
scary.
that could be. That,
Like taking
that
a
could
charge
add
from
up.
orcs would be devastating.
It's like a 25% chance to fail is not bad. So I like that. Yeah, orcs actually would go pretty good if they get the charge. They have to get through the strength 6 bolters, mowing them down.
At the end of the day, I know I keep joking. It's only 4 shots per cast.
It's true. It is. It was the close combat that killed a lot of the models, as is typical in this edition. Sweeping advances would dictate a lot of the combats.
Well, because if synapse was different, like if you could have potentially tried to have enough synapse coverage to tie my guys up in combat and mitigate the shooting,
Yeah, that would
and
be
like
nice.
just be invulnerable, get to kill you to a man, because my guys are only swinging 3 times in combat,
And you're never
and then
outnumbering
it's
my
3s
guys.
and 3s.
Yeah.
You get saves, or 3s and 2s, but you still get
Yeah, if I broke that squad, well, I actually made my list, and then I realized that the warriors were. I thought they were HQs only. I didn't realize they were HQs and elites. I could have had a couple of elite squads instead of 1 HQ squad. That could have been a little bit better, but I would need, I think, 1 or 2 more squads to alleviate the firepower. So like 4 squads of warriors with a bunch of little gribblies tying you up could make some work happen too.
Because I knew the Carnifexes were going to be spooky if you caught me in combat. Because even the dude fighting that guy, like
It went
that
for a while.
multiple rounds.
He needed the grizzled veteran sergeant to really step up.
So yeah, I was back and forth on what I should have been shooting, but once I started shooting the eyeballs out of the Carnifexes, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. 4 wounds is pretty scary.
I had no idea they're 4 wounds. That actually surprised me. I figured they were just 4 wounds in this edition. That's hard to deal with. They ain't easy.
Distracted me.
That's essentially what they're supposed to do, yeah. That's where pretty much all like the modern gaming terms you get in 40K or any other like tabletop games, they all come from like 2nd and 3rd edition 40Ks where people coined all these terms, I have to imagine. Distraction Carnifexes and
3rd and 4th, I think as the internet started talking about it more, you heard these.
Yep,
you know.
exactly. Yep, they're kind of like where it all started getting really popular and all that. But anyways, folks, that is it for this battle report. That is the movie Marine Army list, designed to be a 1,500 point list. Played in a pretty quick game and really tried to accent their
We still
narrative.
went with like 5 turns?
Yeah, we still played for 5 turns. I think it was just fun to see them at this level because you don't really get that too often. Marines are always you read about them, and then you're usually disappointed about their performance on the table, but it's still a game you're trying to play, so I get it. It's one of those. It's always been a little weird. You know, 10 guys in a rhino has always been a joke too, but
Yeah.
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 It doesn't always translate to the table perfectly, but this army list certainly does. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. This was a lot of fun to record. And we have a few more things we definitely want to show off. A lot more 4th edition content to come. So keep your peepers popped on the channel. And, you know, don't forget to like and subscribe to get those notifications when they actually do come out.
We got to turn on notifications too.
Yeah, it's important to do
There's
that.
all of that
all
extra
the
stuff.
standard YouTube-y stuff. Right here at the end of the video, we're only a small percentage
We're
of you
not
are still
good
watching.
at being YouTubers.
No, we just want to play the game, really. And we appreciate you guys who want to watch us play the game. Happy Wargaming, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. And please don't forget to leave some form of feedback down below in the comments. Anything else drives interaction. Toodaloo now.